from where the Estonia sank. Its poor welding and inadequate safety locks allowed it to be broken off by the heavy sea. The Commission's 3-year investigation revealed that all 3 countries had something to be ashamed of. The Finnish authorities had originally given the Estonia its A1 certificate, fit to sail anywhere in the world. Yet the bow had failed to satisfy the regulations. The Swedish and Estonians were responsible for maintenance and crewing. Yet survivors complained of doors being overpainted, life jackets which had perished, and faulty life rafts. The Estonian crew were criticised for their poor reaction time and evacuation. Now, Baltic countries take part in NATO exercises, where they rehearse for any such accident again. But on the night of the Estonia disaster, one of the ferries that had helped in the rescue, the Silja Europa, also built by Meyer Werft, damaged one of its bow doors and had to be repaired. Now some ferry companies have welded shut their visors, added additional watertight doors, and installed partitions that split up the car deck. But for the Estonia, it was too late.
This is the most tricky question for me. What have I changed after the accident? And I think I take things more in shorter terms. I live more for the day. I'm not so stressed at work. If there's a thing that must be done, it's not that important that will affect my family life. If you can't do it today, then you can do it tomorrow.
And I think that night, I got, because of that night, a 10 years extra experience and still was in the same age. So I had to say, and I had said it before, that I could have been without 900 people's death. But for me as an individual, as a person, I do not. I should not have been without the Estonia accident. I've learned a lot. It sounds a bit strange, perhaps, what I'm saying now, but that's the way I think of it sometimes.
I can tell my mother and father how terrible it all was, but they just don't understand. And I have come to the conclusion that they are lucky in that way, because they just don't get it, how terrible it was. It is the hardest for those whose loved ones did not come back from there. I don't know how many were traumatized because of that. I wouldn't want to be crippled because of that. It is pure luck that I sit here. I talk, I laugh, I cry.
Today, Anneli Conrad lives with her husband and child in Estonia. Michael Oon has a family and works as an engineer in Sweden. Magnus Lindström now has 3 sons. He's moved away from his hometown, where this disaster claimed 56 lives. Kent Harstead kept his promise and took Sarah out to dinner in Stockholm. Today he's a Swedish MP who supports further investigation into the tragedy. Rolf Sorman and his family live in Stockholm. Having studied the photos of every survivor, he's never come across the faces of the men who robbed him. Hella Motus' pregnancy passed without further incident. 7 months after the disaster, she celebrated with her husband the birth of a son, Robin.